First of all, thank you everybody in the crowd for coming through today. Definitely, depending on your time zone, maybe a little bit earlier or later, even depending where you're at. But always nice to get a project here on early. Obviously, if you don't know, I am Hunter, the community manager over here at Offchain Labs. Of course, building Arbitrum, and today we're speaking with the Diamond Protocol team. Uh, Leverage liquidity provisions on Uniswap V3. I love this. I feel like every time I give like a little blurb of the team, I'm always like just that blurb alone, we can just talk about so many things. Um, I'm here today with Evie, who's the co-founder and CEO of Diamond, Anderson, who's the co-founder and CTO, and Johnny, who is the DeFi strategist over here as well. Again, yeah, how's everything going, guys? You doing good this morning or night, depending where you're at?
Yeah, we're great. So most of us are based in Asia, Taiwan, Singapore. So it's 9 p.m. for us now. But great to be here, and thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, I think actually the people yesterday were also from Singapore. I think we did it around 10. Really appreciate you guys for coming on.
Yeah, no problem at all. Great way to spend a Friday evening.
Oh no, 100%, 100%. Then I think just starting off, maybe can you give us like it's a quick introduction about Diamond Protocol and Unibot, which I think is something that you guys build internally.
Yeah, sure. So Diamond Unibot, to simply put, is about earning money. So the founders, we used to do a lot of option trading on CeFi exchanges and OTC trading desks. The whole crypto derivative wave started in late 2020, and in 2021 it was a dream. We earned about 20 to 40% APY in 2021 without using leverage at all. But come 2022, everything just changed. The drop in volume and liquidity means that option premiums across all levels and all assets are getting thinner. And with a crash in May, it was simply impossible to see any profit without using extremely high leverage. We really didn't like the situation and kept on asking ourselves what we can do to continue to earn money in this market condition. And Diamond Unibot is the result of that quest to search for a sustainable profit. And like what you mentioned just now, simply put, Diamond Unibot is a leverage liquidity provision platform built on Uniswap V3. And as many people know, right, V3 is actually fundamentally different from V2 with concentrated liquidity provision. It increases fee APR, obviously, but also expose users to high impermanent loss. What we do is to let our users only provide one currency. Let's say for the USDC ETH pool, our users only need to provide USDC. We lend them the ETH. So the capital efficiency is at least doubled again. This way, we max out the APR user can get from Uniswap. And this high APR actually acts as a comfortable buffer to any impermanent loss the user may occur. At the same time, through the use of leverage, our user actually can form a net long or net short position on ETH. So on top of the already bumped up Uniswap fees, they can also earn a profit from their long short positions. So this is the basic mechanism of Diamond Unibot.
I kind of like there how like I think like one of the first things you said there was just to simply just the search to make a sustainable yield.
Yeah, it's all about money.
That's great. I mean, it's I think it's funny because I mean, like, I think I mean, majority of people, I think, they're in this space for different reasons, but I think majority, yeah, I mean, they're here to make sustainable yield that you really can't get at like any traditional banks nowadays or anything, frankly, in the Web 2 world, frankly. So it makes sense. But I think with that being kind of the mindset there, like how do you see this kind of doing, in the current market state where it's like we're not necessarily in this flourishing bull market right now, we're more or less in like this, I guess you could call it a bear market, I guess.
Yeah, it is a bear market, especially I guess after the May crash. But then, before the merge, we have a mini bull run, and currently it seems like things are on the way to look up again. So, which is why I think the market is getting really interesting. Funnily, I don't think Main Street is very important to us yet, but whatever happens on Wall Street really put a heavy impact on crypto these days. Um, but crypto, we have our own stuff. We continue to churn out new projects and new narratives to make the overall market so vibrant. I mean, you guys, Arbitrum is a living attestation of that. So if the way I see it, I see the crypto world, if I may, as an ocean. So deep down, we actually have a very young, very vibrant and bubbly base, but the upper currents are strongly influenced by the weathers on Wall Street and traditional capital market, which is why you see markets swing in sometimes unexpected waves from time to time.
Yeah, that was an amazing analogy. There's no way you made that up on the spot. That was great. Oh wow. I think maybe just like one question to piggyback off of guess what you initially said there, is more or less about Unibot. So I guess just real quick, so like is Unibot pretty much is it just another name for Diamond? And in that case, like how accessible is this to the average crypto user?
Yeah, so Unibot is actually our Gen 2 vault. Our Gen 1 vault is still, the concept is still evolving around putting the traditional options on chain. Whereas the Gen 2 vault, which is the Unibot you see today, completely is an ecosystem that formed completely on DeFi and relies 100% on the existing DeFi infrastructure. In terms of accessibility, I would say it's very accessible because everything is live on the platform. We already have a lot of great traders on our platform, and they continue to churn out profits through their positions and trades. And earning alpha is sometimes because DeFi is all about being open, being transparent. But the fact is, earning alpha or consistently earn alpha is something you don't necessarily want to shout out to everybody on the street. So we're still trying to keep our community clicky and engaged. So right now, as long as any user leave your whitelist, your address in our whitelist channel on Discord, we'll whitelist you within the 24 hours, and you can use our platform. We just want to make sure everybody make this extra effort of joining our community before they can use the platform. Because we provide video tutorials, people discuss markets and their strategies, so new users can learn from the more seasoned users. And we ourselves learn from our own users about how to use our platforms every day. And also, by making this extra step where people need to join our Discord, whitelist their address before they can use it, we also try to weed out some of the fake users.
Is that more of like a it's like the problem of maybe like fake users, or I guess bots or symbols, I guess would be the word here. Is that like, I mean, I guess no one really likes any of those, frankly, but I mean, like, wouldn't it technically look better if it looks like there are more people using it, or like, do you just not want to even enter that realm?
Um, to be frank, for us, we are not so hang up on the numbers as of yet, because like I mentioned, right, people can earn a sustainable alpha from our platform, which means we don't even need a lot of users for the platform to be successful. We actually has been in talk with some of the crypto funds and hedge funds who's willing to put a considerable amount of their liquidity onto our platform. So like I said, we're not too hung up about the overall number of users on our platform. We just want real users and real traders, to contribute to the community. But obviously, we want to grow our community, but with some quality as well. So in the future, we might open the community and do away with the wireless process. But for the time being, we're still trying to keep it an enclosed community, keep it cliquey, So everybody in there will help out each other. We can discuss about strategies safely and securely.
Totally get you on that one. I think maybe then like you know the follow up obvious question is like how does a diamond, or I guess in this case more so Unibot, differ from other kind of, I guess you could say competitors, but I'm not sure if there really are any direct competitors. I don't think I've heard of this specifically before.
Yeah, so we see some peer projects providing leverage liquidity platform for V2, but V3 is so different from V2. And as you can probably imagine, the APR you see on V3 is exponentially higher than V2, so as the infrastructure. So we see traders on our platform for the extreme cases, they earn APR as high as 1,000%. And even during the low volume period, 2 3 weeks back, when Uniswap was only seeing about 30% APR, our traders consistently earn APR around 100 to 300% on our platform. Majority of it is because of the optimum capital efficiency that we provide, and these numbers we don't see in the peers who's been doing it on Me2. And for as if you compare it to most of the active liquidity management platform, they actually will help users to maximize fees rather than the overall P&L. But we take actually a wholesome view about the overall P&L because at the end of the day, you don't take home the fees, you take home the P&L, which includes impermanent loss. So our system is designed to max out the P&L, not just the fees. And I think one other thing that we do better than others, or we think we do better than others, is automation and customization. In contrast to some of the other players, we give the freedom to our traders so they can construct and shape their positions in hugely varying market conditions. We also have automatic features like stop loss features, customizable exit prices, and these features will give traders great freedom to operate basically. And our platform will automatically execute positions they pre-designed, so they do not miss opportunities to take profit when the right price hits. And of course, I mean, one last thing I want to stress on that Anderson, my CTO, can elaborate later is fast speed and low slippage. Our average slippage per closed position is around 0.1 to 0.2%, which means users can choose to close position very frequently without worrying about closing costs. This basically means our users can design and execute their strategies more effectively and efficiently, to help them stay agile and adaptive to the market.
Awesome. Gotta love the efficiency on the tools. I think what would also be nice too is maybe giving giving people like an idea of when you guys deployed on Arbitrum One, and then maybe from there we can I can kind of dig more into that.
You mean from the technical side, how we deploy on Arbitrum?
I mean really just mean like the what do you say like when you did, like what day?
Right. Um, yeah, I
We
think we deploy.
deployed Arbitrum for about 2 months, and
Awesome.
yeah,
I think that must have been that must have been before Nitro then. So in that case, I guess when you guys did deploy, you probably felt that switch from from the Arbitrum One Classic to Arbitrum One. I guess with the Nitro
yeah,
upgrade.
correct.
So as developers, like, can you maybe tell me any of the advantages that you saw when Nitro was deployed, or any improvements you saw with your protocol? Very self-serving, I know, but I have to know.
Yeah, no problem. And yeah, let me share something that we see. And first, I think it's the gas cost. The gas cost is reduced a lot on our platform. And based on some of our research, the gas cost of opening a position through Unibot has been reduced about 54%. And the gas cost of depositing ether into the Univar pool has been reduced about 73% post-nitro. So it really benefits our users a lot. And also, the cost for us to deploy our new smart contract, our next version or testing, is also being much lower. So it makes the development application on Arbitrum much more effortless. And also, we find the time for transaction to be finalized, self-finalized, is also faster. So this improves the user experience a lot. And also, we can make sure some of our important functions, like the liquidations, can be executed properly on Nitro.
Basically, you're saying people get liquidated faster on Nitro? I don't know if that's a good thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but there are very seldom time that we see the liquidate transaction, but there are some like stop loss transaction, like you can
Yeah,
use.
I think what Anderson mean is, we have some automatic features that, people can choose the price when they want to close position. But when market is moving very violently, sometimes you reach the optimum price, but a second away you lose it. So speed really matters here, and Nitro helped us with the fast execution in our protocol.
Oh yeah, no, I totally get that. They were just playing with y'all. I was gonna run back to the team and tell them, hey guys, people are getting liquidated faster. We need to reverse everything.
Yeah, not sure that's the perfect marketing message for the next campaign.
Definitely not. um, okay, so that's awesome. So yeah, you guys have been here for 2 months. You kind of experienced that transition from classic to nitro. I mean, like, have you guys kind of like integrated yourself with any ecosystem partners as of yet, or uh, like what would you say that I guess Diamond Protocol has brought into the ecosystem?
Yeah, so we're actually currently in talks with GMX. Thank you for the introduction. I mean, they're the largest perpetual DEX on Arbitrum. We'll continue to offer more pairs on our platform to increase market depth and variety. And we love to talk to other DeFi protocols on Arbitrum. I mean, in our opinion, right, what makes DeFi so unique is the kindred spirit or solidarity within the community, because projects on the same network really help each other grow, and we all share the overall growth of the network. And for us, we help LPs on Arbitrum to have a better choice regarding their liquidity provision positions, and we help to bring more assets from mainnet to Arbitrum and bring more retail users and institutional, even traditional LPs to Arbitrum community.
Yes, correct. And I I think the biggest contribution we provide is we bring more liquidity to Uniswap V3s. We believe in DeFi, we believe in Uniswap V3. So what we do is help solving the problem for liquidity provider and help them earn more fee. And that is what we contribute a lot. And for these 2 months, we have accumulated about 4 million liquidity that would bring in Uniswap V3s on Arbitrum.
Oh wow, that's a lot. That's great. No, and I think that's great. I think that it's very funny because, and I make the analogy all the time, but like, um, when I think like projects are so used to deploying, and in this case, we can use Ethereum as an example, deploying and really just trying to, uh, you know, reach out to other projects on their own and try to make that connection there. But we all know how complicated and annoying that is. But it's like, on these L2s specifically, speaking about Arbitrum, like, to me at least, I feel like we kind of exist to bring everyone together. Like, obviously we're building the tech, the platform for everyone to deploy on, but we're also kind of like responsible for like bringing like literally like the community together, and that includes users, but it also includes connecting projects like yourselves with the GMXs of the world, or any or any projects that you guys think make sense. And I think that's honestly like one of the cooler innovations, honestly, that layer twos I think bring. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are a bunch of layer ones out there that I'm sure do something similar, but it just feels different on layer two. It feels a little more magical, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think what probably makes sense to ask is like, what's on Diamond's roadmap? Would you say, like you have you had some of the V1 stuff launched already. Unibot is kind of acting as V2. What's next?
Yeah, we're actually working on a bunch of stuff. But priority number one is actually to lower the entry barrier to mass market adopters. Many would see Uniswap V3 as difficult to grasp for mass market retail investors, because it's a lot more complicated. So we're launching our auto vaults that basically is a self-executed Unibot strategy based on some preset parameters that we have back tested, that have worked really well for the market. So these auto vaults is perfect for users who does not want to actively manage. They can just come in, invest, and forget. And we're adding on more features as well to allow users to easily bridge on and off Arbitrum. You'd be surprised, for new users, like for those users who have not even bridged assets to Arbitrum before, to see a platform as complicated as us, sometimes will throw them off. So we're really trying to lower that entry barrier to make everything more seamless, more easy to use, even for first time users. And secondly, we're trying to add on more sophisticated auto features for the more professional, seasoned traders in the factory vault, to improve their overall experience and continue to increase the platform's deployment efficiency and allow the traders to design more complicated strategies. And also, most importantly, with the growth in our member and the funds on our platform, we constantly seek more depths in the market, by providing more token pairs, which really resonate with what you said just now. More projects that become successful and prosperous on Arbitrum actually will help us as well. And whenever we bring these new projects and new tokens onto our platform, we in turn will help with their liquidity management. So it's a rare occasion of a win-win-win situation. Everybody in this equation wins.
And I think that's honestly the coolest part again about like just being in this industry. Especially I guess working on scaling Ethereum. At least like from my standpoint, it's so cool to be able to empower teams, like yourselves, to be able to like have your, let's say, like one of your new products be like, including a different partner project, and in a way, it's like you're benefiting, that project is benefiting, and so is Uniswap V3, and so is everyone else because there's more liquidity for it. So it's like, yeah, it's like you said, it's like a win-win-win-win.
Yeah, exactly. So we build on each other's success.
Yeah, no, that is truly definitely one of the greatest parts about being in this industry. That's for sure. And I think we can actually probably move over to some of the community questions. I know we usually take them from the crowd, but we did actually take some earlier. So we're not going to be bringing up people this time around, but we do have a couple of questions that people submitted in the Diamond Discord. Let's go with the first one here, which is, oh, what are the benefits of building a DApp on Arbitrum over other chains? Am I answering that, or are you answering that?
Yeah, feel free to jump in. It sounds like a question for you.
Okay, I'm happy to jump on that one. Okay, so I'm definitely not going to be mentioning any other chain names, obviously. But I mean, I would say the biggest benefits besides the of course it's faster, as in like feels instant, cheaper. I think we use like the like 100x cheaper than Ethereum kind of metric there. And of course, we take security from Ethereum because we're a layer two, optimistic rollup. Other than all that amazing stuff, which is amazing on its own, shout outs to the devs. Uh, as you heard us mention today, Arbitrum already has, especially Arbitrum One in this case, has already a bunch of a bustling ecosystem full of amazing DeFi partners. And frankly, like a good majority of them are actually all innovating and making these really new and some complex products. But that's kind of what we're here for that DeFi 3.0 moment, I guess. And should we start like using that term now, DeFi 3.0? I'm not sure if we want to start pumping that one out. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I totally agree what you said.
there you
And
go.
I think I can add something from the developer standpoint that in our experience, Arbitrum is highly compatible with the Ethereum virtual machine. So we can use the same tech stacks on Ethereum to build application on Arbitrum. And this makes development much easier and faster. And also, in our experience, the Arbitrum network, the RPC node is highly reliable. And compared to some other chains, yeah, we can see sometimes they are down, that I don't want to mention their names, and that it just didn't make sense and put their user in a very dangerous place. So I, I feel running a protocol on Arbitrum let us feel really safe, and we believe this is a very key part of building DeFi protocol. And also, the Arbitrum team are very responsive and very helpful. So we are really appreciate them and believe that choosing Arbitrum and their team is a very good choice.
You might as well just work for us. I mean, with all that chilling, that was great. We loved it. Appreciate it, Anderson. No, and honestly, and again, it's like I mentioned. I think that's kind of the point of why we're here. Like, I think it's pretty. I mean, I don't want to say it's easy to build the chain, but like, I think it's a lot easier to just stop. I think at building a chain or building a layer two, and just say, okay, we'll leave the rest, up to the community, versus actually trying to help build out that community and foster an ecosystem that everyone wants to be in at the end of the day. So our shout outs go to you guys as well, of course. That being said, next question is not as self serving and is more for you guys. What are the pros and cons of building in the bear market? And how would you say, I guess, team morale is, working in these market conditions?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, how it is for you guys since you're so well established already. But for us, being a new protocol, a young team, building in a bear market is actually quite hard. Everywhere you look, everybody is down. Everything is down. Market activities is low. General market morale is low. Responses across the board from investors, business partners are always slow, and even grants, right, allocated to new protocols like ours are also very low, or I would say almost impossible to come by. But I do think time is on our side actually, because this market condition is what made us to build this platform in the first place. Um, we don't fleece our own community. We don't rely on fresh liquidity to feed existing users. What we build is sustainable, it's good quality yield. And we continue to build in this bear market and help to lay the ground for more solid infrastructure. Um, I have no doubt at all. When the market becomes hotter again, all those GameFi projects, NFT projects that naturally have more colorful narratives will grab more eyeballs than ours. But right now, in this current market condition, people want to see things that are more solid and self-sustainable, and that's basically the time for us. It's like right after a hurricane hits, you want to rebuild your house first with a solid structure. You don't worry about picking the right furniture or having the most beautiful blossom in your garden yet. But once you have rebuilt your house and make it more solid, then you have the luxury of all the nice things or the glittery things again. So we do believe the sparkle will come back to our industry, but before that, companies like us, projects like us, will chip in to strengthen the fundamentals of the industry. So yeah, to answer your question, is morale is low, but I think it's the right time for us.
Totally agree on that. And by the way, again, I don't know where you're getting these kind of comparisons from, but that was also an amazing one. I don't know where you're coming up with this stuff. This is great.
Yeah, it's pre-texted.
That's great. It's it's funny. I'm not sure. So I've been here at Octane Labs for about a year and a half now. Since before we deployed Arbitrum One actually. But like our co-founders have been like I came up with the idea of Arbitrum and kind of even started building it like quite some time ago, like literally actually a couple of years ago, frankly. But so I mean, at least from the perspective of like last year into now, because I think even last year was a little vibrant. I think it's funny because I mean, listen, my bags feel it. I'll tell you that much. But I think as a team, we don't really feel it just because there are so many teams again, like Diamond Protocol, coming over, and frankly, we're not as I mean, in my eyes, I guess I'm speaking for myself here. It's I don't think we're as much about the market as we are about just making sure that people who are deploying in this market feel happy deploying on us. And I think that's really important. Again, for a team like us, like the last thing you want is like slowed down production or shipping or anything like that from the chain that you're deploying on, right? And we understand that. So that's why we're frankly, like to us, like at least to me, it's like earlier in the call, I questioned if it was a bull market, a bear market, because I'm like, okay, products are deploying, it's a bull market. That's how I measure if it's a bull market or not. How many projects are deploying, and there's a lot coming. I guess is the point. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, totally right. Say it until you believe it. And also, I mean, for the simple fact that, I mean, for me, I come from the traditional financial world. And now I have so much faith in crypto because I see so many smart people, especially young people, joining the industry every day. And, I used to work for large VC funds. In VC, we invest in whatever young people spend their money on, and that's crypto. They don't just spend money on crypto; they spend their time, their social life, uh, in Web3 and crypto. So this is definitely the industry to be. So even though it's a bear market right now, like I'm like you, I'm not worried at all.
I have been through about, I think, 3 bear markets, and I personally, uh, I think it's better to build in. I feel better to build in bear market more than bull market. It's just much easier to concentrate on building.
seasoned. Anderson is seasoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Edison, when next bull market hits, I will lock you up on some island somewhere, so you continue to be focused.
Don't do that.
Okay, third question about the community. Uh, what do you guys see as the values of a DAO and just I guess growing a community in general uh, in DeFi projects specifically? In 2022.
Yeah, sure. Like I mentioned, outside morale could be low from time to time. It's super easy to just blame the market and just sit on one's ass all day. But our community keep on push us to do more and build more. And we rely on our community to help iterate our platform and product, give us new ideas, and look for better, greater trading strategies that we can share beneficially within the community. So yeah, so I think being part of a DAO or a community really pushes us through this market condition.
Totally agreed there. I think actually one thing, one of the questions that I'm about to ask, that probably should have even fit into that flow earlier, were the DMO tokens. I assume those are the Diamond Protocol tokens.
Yeah, exactly. So we're calling them DMO for now. It's not launched. So if anybody doesn't like the name, we can always change. But for DMO token is basically is a token that captures all value on the Diamond platform, either through governance or revenue sharing. We hope to distribute most of our tokens to our community and eventually become a decentralized governance protocol. We are planning to do IDO for Q1 next year, but of course the final timing depends on then market conditions. Um, Airdrops, liquidity rewards will definitely be offered to community members and especially the early adopters. And we're building on staking mechanism to implement revenue sharing and the other governance systems. One thing that we particularly have in mind is basically build a dynamic DMO emission rate for the diamond lending pools. So when utilization rate is low, interest rate is low, the pool lenders they can actually gather more DMO tokens to compensate for the low interest period. Sorry, yeah, I think I didn't mention what lending pool is. So basically, for whatever Unibot factory positions, remember I say people just need to provide one currency USDC. Diamond Protocol will lend them the ETH needed. All these assets actually come from the diamond lending pool, and these pool providers, they're basically just lenders. They earn a stable lending interest depending on utilization rate in the overall lending pool. And our system will make sure whatever market condition, these lenders always get paid first, so that the lenders doesn't bear any of the market risks. But during the market have high and lows during low interest period, when utilization rate is low, then the pool users may think of pooling the ETH to somewhere else, which is why we are going to introduce dynamic emission for DMO tokens to compensate for those periods. So that we want our pool lenders to earn on average about 8 to 15% APY consistently throughout the year.
So much alpha for an unreleased token. I love it.
Thank you.
I think the last community question here, I feel like we might have answered it already, but I'll ask it just in case. Um, any like new features, like future pools, or I guess and the public release of automated vaults, like any information on any of that stuff?
Yeah, sure. So I think a lot of people ask us about the automated vaults because I don't think everyone want to actively manage their position. So a invest and forget type of vault is actually quite popular, especially for first time users. So we're going to launch that by end of November, and we're still finalizing on some of the final details. We're actually working with quant traders and college professors to perfect some of the parameters we're gonna put in. The automatic vote will have a set of parameters, and they self execute. And we have some indicator algorithms to monitor the market. So when volatility suddenly jack up, we will actually close position and wait out these difficult times. So investors in these auto votes, they don't need to do any sort of manipulation themselves. They can just invest and forget. So that's I think one of the biggest features we're going to add. And some of the other features that we're adding is more automated features. I think on some of the CeFi exchanges, especially for derivative trading, you see a lot of sophisticated automation features. So the traders actually can preset their strategy and close their position according to various markets. So we're looking to put in those more advanced automated features as well onto our platform. Um, Yeah, I think, adding on more pairs, more tokens to, deepen the market liquidity is, some of the other things we're doing.
Great. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I think that that the automated strategy too is. I mean, it's definitely something I hear a lot of people asking for. I guess just automated V3 vaults. I guess generally something I hear people asking for. So I'm sure automating your vaults, on top of V3 is going to be a very well received product.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think with that being said, those are all the community questions we had kind of lined up. Just to kind of end it off here, if anyone does want to join the Diamond Protocol, community or even contribute in any way, how would they go ahead and do that?
Um, I think all our links are our Twitter, our Discord links, our platform links are all on our Twitter. So the first step is just follow us on Twitter. Then from there, you can go to our Discord where we have a lot of assets on Discord, like tutorials, people discussing their strategies, sharing their their profitable positions and all that. And also, do drop us a note in Discord if you have any suggestions or have any questions at all. Frankly, a lot of the features that we are adding are directly from our users. And, we definitely prioritize the more asked for features in our next stage development.
Awesome. I think my other phone might have died, but in that case, yeah, thank you guys for coming on today. Really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll stay tuned for any updates to Diamond.
Cool. Thank you so much for having us. It's such a great session. And, thank you everybody for listening in.
GN or yeah, no, GM and GN. See you guys in the next one.